In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best small forward cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. Let me know in the comment section down below who are some of your guys' favorite small forwards to be using right now in the game. And of course, let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. So at my number 10 spot, wasn't exactly sure who to put there. So I did go with Galaxy Zion Williamson, but I will say he's like the one small forward on my list that I'm not like 100% sure if he deserves to be in the top 10. Like I think he's like right on that borderline with guys like Pascal Siakam. I'm trying to think of other small forwards and I really couldn't think of any other great ones. So if you guys can see anybody on this list that isn't in here that you guys think is better than Zion, let me know in the comment section down below. Like I'm not sure if any of the new small forwards like a Danny Manning or I think a guy's name is Marcus Fizer, I think it's his name. Like I know he's really good as well. I'm not sure if they're better than Zion though. I think he's a really good defender. He's got a 90 block, 92 steal, 92 perimeter, 92 interior defense, and we all know Zion's going to be super athletic and amazing at going to the basket. Yes, he's only 6'7". It doesn't have like the the greatest jump shot in the world, and he doesn't have the best stamina, but just all around I think Zion is the 10th best small forward. Coming in at my number 9 spot is going to be the Galaxy MPJ, and from here on out I feel like everybody does deserve to be in the top 10. I do think MPJ is a really good small forward though. He's 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan, and just offensively this card is an absolute bucket. He's got a 94 3-pointer, 94 mid-range, tons and tons of good Hall of Fame shooting badges like Agent 3, Amped, Catch and Shoot, Claymore, Corner Specialist, Deadeye, Green Machine, Guard Up, and Limitless Range. So I mean the card can really shoot the ball at a very high level. Jump shot wise going to be a solid release on very quick timing, and then they gave this card some elite dribble sigs with the MJ dribble style. Steve Francis size up, obviously you guys know the best size up in the game, and then he's got the Kemba Walker escape and the Dame behind the back. So they really souped out this card stats and badges wise, and I do feel like overall is the 9th best small forward. But I think Rudy Gay is just slightly better than a guy like Michael Porter Jr. I think it's a very close debate. If you wanted to say MPJ is better than Rudy, I think that's a very fair discussion to have, but let me know, who do you guys think is the better small forward between Rudy Gay and a guy like MPJ? Because I think it is such a close debate. I like Rudy a little bit more because he does have a 7'3" wingspan, and I think he just provides you with a little bit more defense. His stats might not be that much better, but I think in game he does play better defense. He's got a Hall of Fame clamps, which is really nice, and tons of good gold defensive badges. And then you look at the offensive stats for this card, him going to the basket is going to be way better than MPJ with a 97 driving dunk and a 95 vertical. I would say also he does have the better jump shot. If we're talking about like jump shots that are easy to green, maybe not fast, I'm not exactly sure who has the faster jump shot, but I would say overall I prefer Rudy Gay's jump shot to an MPJ just because it's so much easier to green. He doesn't have the normal leaner or normal 2 leaner, which is definitely a little bit annoying, but still I would say Rudy Gay is slightly better than MPJ. But coming in at my number 7 spot, I know most people probably run this card as shooting guard, but still I think the Dark Matter Grant Hill is such a good small forward. He honestly could be higher on this list. I'm only putting him this low just because I'm not exactly sure if people want him to be on a small forward list, because I know a lot of people will run him at shooting guard, but I think his better position, me personally, if I were to use this card, I would actually run him at the small forward spot because he's 6'8" and does have really good defense. I think he's basically just Scotty Pippen, but with a worse jump shot. That's kind of the way that I view this card, and no dribble sigs. We can't really move that well. His jump shot's a little bit worse. I'd say a decent amount worse than Scotty Pippen, but stats and badges wise, he's going to be so elite on the defensive end, and I would say just on paper looks to be a better small forward than Pippen, but Pippen's got way better animations when it comes to obviously tendencies. I'm assuming he has a better on-ball steal tendency. He's got a better jump shot. He's got the normal leaner, I do believe, on Pippen, and way better dribble sig. So I do think it's somewhat close of a debate, but for me, I have Dark Matter Grant Hill at the number 6 spot, and then at number 7, and then at my number 6 spot is going to be another Dark Matter, which is going to be Dark Matter Giannis. Once again, I think he's better at power forward than he is small forward. Still a very good small forward, and you can argue is in the top 5 discussion, but I would recommend probably playing him at power forward. He's 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're trying to run like a really cheesy lineup with like Giannis at the 3 and then like a KP at the 4 and a Yao Ming at the 5, that can be very beneficial and a very good way to run your lineup. But for most people, I would say if you're going to use this Giannis card, you want to run him at power forward because of his wingspan, his height, his player model, just everything about this card plays so much better at the power forward position. And then guys, breaking it into my top 5, I do think Tim Thomas at the small forward position is slightly better than the dark matter Giannis. As an overall card, I would definitely take Giannis over Tim Thomas. Just as my small forward, I think if you guys are still good with Tim Thomas and you know how to use him, he can still be a top 5 small forward. He's 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. His stats really aren't that bad for a card that is 6'10" at small forward. He's got really good offensive stats: 95 3-pointer, 92 mid-range, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, has a 90 driving dunk, pretty good Hall of Fame shooting badges, including Agent 3, Amped, Catch and Shoot, Corner Specialist, Deadeye. I mean, he's not that bad of a defender, to be honest. The only thing about this card is you can't upgrade a lot of his badges. You know, like Limitless Range would be nice to upgrade. You know, Anchor, Interceptor, Glove, Challenger, those would be all nice badges to have on Gold or Hall of Fame, but I still think because of this card's animations and his jump shot, I still feel like he's got to be somewhere in your top 5. I mean, if you want to put him, you know, behind a guy like Giannis, and you want to go Giannis at 5, and maybe even Grant Hill over a guy like Tim Thomas, and maybe even Rudy Gay over Tim Thomas. Like, I feel like with this small forward list, you can really drop a guy like Tim all the way down to 8, or maybe even number 9. I do think he's better than Zion, but you can really drop him as low as number 9 if you wanted to. Just in my personal opinion, I do think he is the 5th best small forward. But coming in, I'm in number 4 spot is going to be the Galaxy Level Scotty Pippen. Like I said, it's just a better Grant Hill. He's Grant Hill with the defense, but has a way better jump shot and actually has like decent dribble saves with the Kobe Bryant escape. He's got the Jimmy Butler size up, which really isn't that terrible, but like I said, got a way better jump shot, super easy to green, and I would say a lot more consistent of a release than a card like Grant Hill. But if we compare the cards, you know, stats and badges wise, obviously Grant Hill is going to look a lot better on paper, right? They're about the same height and wingspan wise, but Grant is a dark matter, and even Pippen's like a little bit better defensive stats wise, but not that much of a difference, to be honest with you, stats, at least stats wise. Badges wise, there's obviously a 15 Hall of Fame badge gap, but honestly, what are those hops? Like, you know, mini magician, slippery off ball. I mean, guard up's cool. I mean, unpluckable, or not unpluckable, hands for days, hyper drive, and killer combos is really nice to have on Grant Hill. And then defensive wise, he's got like interceptor, you know, that's pretty cool to have, but honestly, not that many crazy, you know, better Hall of Fame badges on a guy like Grant Hill. So overall, I would say Scotty Pippen, still the 4th best small forward, has a great jump shot, and is definitely still one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. But talking about one of the best defenders in my team, we gotta include the Galaxy Level Jonathan Isaac, and I think at small forward, I would take him over Scotty Pippen. This is honestly the best defender in my team right now. If we're talking about a guy that can guard the 1 through 5, or at least a 1 through 4, you gotta mention Jonathan Isaac's name. He's got a 98 block, 95 interior defense, 95 perimeter with a 95 steal. He's got basically every single Hall of Fame badge in the game, basically every single defensive badge in the game on Hall of Fame. He's got Hall of Fame clamp breaker, quick first step. He can shoot the lights out with a pretty good jump shot, has some very good dribble sigs, and just for his defense alone, I feel like he's got to be a top 3 small forward. And then at my number 2 spot is going to be the dark matter LeBron. I think number 2 and number 1 is very debatable, and even LeBron and Jonathan Isaac, I think you could make an argument because of Isaac's defense, his height, his wingspan. I think you could make an argument for him being better than a guy like Dark Matter LeBron, but in my opinion, I would still put LeBron at the number 2 spot. He is damn near a perfect card, except for his jump shot. I will say it's one of the more disappointing things about LeBron, at least, you know, on his Dark Matter card, is the fact that they gave him the Kyle Korver base, because if you guys use the Pink Diamond Tis of Season LeBron, or even the Nightmare LeBron from all the way back in like probably October or November, if you guys use this card, you'll know that he had a great jump shot in the catch and shoot, and just the LeBron base, I feel like is so much better than the Kyle Korver. Now, if he got Kuzma or if he got Rudy Gay base, that would make his jump shot so much better, and overall, he would easily be the best small forward in the game. I think that's all he's missing is a good base. If you had Kuzma or Rudy Gay, and that's all the change you made about LeBron, I do think he'd be the best small forward over a card like Mike Bantam, because they're basically the same, except that Mike Bantam has a better jump shot with the Kyle Kuzma base and the Rudy Gay upper. So just honestly, he's got an easier jump shot to green and a better release than LeBron. You know, sigs wise, he also moves a tad bit better than a guy like LeBron, but stats and badges wise, I mean, they're very, very similar. Obviously, LeBron is a dark matter card, you know, so he's gonna have 15 extra Hall of Fame badges, but if you do have Billy Knight and Mike Bantam, that means your Bantam is now gonna have 30 Hoffs and does become basically a dark matter. So that is crazy to have, you know, those two cards being dark matters if you have the duo. But I think honestly, just, you know, base Mike Bantam without the duo, I still think is better than LeBron, with LeBron having the Kyle Korver base. But once again, if you change this jump shot shot to Rudy Gay base, Kyle Kuzma base, whatever base you want to choose that you really like, I do think he becomes the best small forward in the game. But just going off the Kyle Korver base, which I just feel like really isn't that great on this LeBron with the LeBron upper, really don't think it's that great of a jump shot, and that's the one thing that really does hold this dark matter LeBron back. But guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my top 10 small forwards? Of course, let me know what you guys would change, especially like my number 10 spot. Do you guys think anybody that I didn't include in this top 10 deserves to be over Zion or MPJ? Let me know all that type of stuff in the comment section down below, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.